Aveo Friends. This is week 13 and I'm finishing up. I am here at the grocery store sitting in the parking lot while I make this video. Things have been really busy, definitely lots to do with work, and then on the weekend just keeping up with my home chores, cleaning and laundry and things like that. This week has been productive. It's been a good week. I had a couple of challenges with a student this week, just being really disrespectful, but I didn't let that bother me too much. I basically stayed in a positive state. I did get a little bit angry at one time, but I calmed down pretty fast after that and just decided not to take it personally. So that's a little something that happened. I don't know. I don't really consider it a major challenge. But one thing that did happen this week is I got a cold or a virus of some sort, and woke up with a sore throat and then a headache pretty much every morning. Whenever I wake up, have a headache, and it's getting better now, but I'm still kind of stopped up from that. I don't get sick very often. I can't really even remember the last time that I was sick with a cold. But I do feel that I have been out of balance as far as like just working and doing, even though it's stuff that I like, I've just been kind of consumed by that and not really resting, I think, a lot. And also I've been out of balance with my diet, my nutrition and exercise, and haven't really even done hardly any exercise at all since I've been back from Greece. And that's something that I would do pretty much every day before I left on vacation. So I think I've just gotten really out of balance, and part of that is the wine consumption, just drinking too much and too often. And I know it's not good for my body. It's really toxic, and I think I'm damaging my body by doing that. And yeah, I still find myself doing that. Also taking kratom to like have more energy and change my state. And I know those two things are not good. For one, they dehydrate you, and that is a bad place to be. Like, dehydration is one of the worst things. Bashar says that's one of the worst things that you can do for your body, and that our humans are chronically dehydrated. And so yeah, I'm dehydrating myself by doing that. And then also I drink coffee too. So yeah, I realize that I'm doing that, and I have to question my beliefs about that, because that's part of the formula, is when you are finding yourself engaging in things that you realize are not to your benefit, or you believe are not to your benefit, and yet you're doing them anyway, then you have some type of a belief that basically says to engage in this behavior is better than the alternative. So I've done some work on this in the past, but today I've really been thinking about it a lot. And I think one of my core beliefs, and maybe this is just really simple and I'm not digging deep enough, I don't really know, is that life is not quite as much fun without alcohol. And I think that maybe I have that belief because at a very young age, I started drinking when I was in my teens, and my mom was an alcoholic. I remember her buying my friends and I like a case of beer, and we would chug beer, and that's all the fun seemed to revolve around alcohol. And it's changed through the years. Like, I've definitely had periods where I didn't drink, when I was pregnant, and then when my kids were small. So it kind of came and went, but definitely all like holidays have always revolved around drinking. Like any type of a family get together, there was alcohol involved. Christmas, New Year, Thanksgiving, all alcohol involved. Anytime there was something to celebrate, there was always alcohol involved. And that's just, it's almost like it's become part of my identity at this point. And yeah, it's something that I want to change, and I really want to adopt the belief that life without alcohol is just as much fun. And so I'm just toying around with the idea of quitting and when to quit. I just want to give it up altogether, kind of like I did smoking many years ago. As I grew up around smoking, and then I kind of dabbled in it for a while, and then finally I just quit altogether, and I've never smoked since then. Like, I never really had the urge to even do it. So I want alcohol to be the same thing, and I know that that's possible, you know, especially with my belief system and what I know about changing and how we are changing billions of times per second, and we're not the same person that we used to be, and we're changing completely, and we have the continuity that everything is the same, but we're actually completely different people every minute. And so I know that once I make the decision, I know that I'm going to be supported by it. I believe that my spirit team, they're here for me, and that this transition is going to be pretty easy for me once I commit to making it. And I've been thinking about when to quit. I'm just really strange about like having new beginnings and like, I don't know, certain dates, and like stopping things on a Monday or at the beginning of the month or after vacation or when school starts. Like, I don't know. To me, I like new beginnings, and like today it's not, you know, it's a Sunday. I don't know. I just feel like today is not the day to quit it. I know that probably sounds stupid to some of you, but anyway, that's how I am. That's I know myself and what I normally do. So I've decided that I am going, because I have a granddaughter coming. Her name's going to be Presley, and she is due around the middle of September. I believe that my daughter is going to go into labor early or be induced early, because she's pretty big and the baby already is at 7 pounds. So I'm pretty sure that she's going to get induced, and I think that would be a really great time to give up my relationship with alcohol. And I think, like, generationally, I come from a long line of alcoholics. My grandfather was a really bad alcoholic. My grandmother was until the end of her life, and then she, you know, kind of quit drinking and kind of came out of that. This is all on my mother's side. And then my mom was an alcoholic. She ended up dying of lung cancer. But I think like the drinking probably contributed to her being out of balance. My dad was a drug addict and probably an alcoholic at different times of his life. He died at 43. Both of my parents passed away really young. So that's another reason why I feel like I need to stop this relationship that I have, and be a better example for my children. Luckily, my children are not really, like, my oldest daughter does not like alcohol at all. My son, you know, he's very disciplined in his nutrition and working out and everything. He rarely drinks. And then my youngest daughter doesn't seem to be interested. So I'm lucky that way, because I think like drinking in front of my children could have really set a bad example for them to follow. And two, I think that I'm not really being my true self, because I believe that I should be able to give this up, this habit that I believe is not good for me, with all that I've learned through Bashar's work and, you know, his teachings and everything. Like, I should be able to figure out what my beliefs are regarding this, and to let it go if it's not serving me, and adopt a new belief. So that's what I want to focus on in the upcoming week, is definitely decreasing my alcohol intake, especially Monday through Friday, and not having alcohol, getting healthier, making better food choices, having better nutrition, doing things that I know are good for me and good for my body, and giving my body a chance to get stronger and to fight off like colds and viruses and you know, anything else that might come my way, because I believe that if we give the body what it needs nutritionally and, you know, detoxify, then the body can can do anything. It's a miracle. So yeah, that's another thing that I want to do too, is like a complete detoxification. So I'm going to start with the bowel detox, and then I'm going to, I think next is the liver, and then there's the kidneys, and then you do the bowel again. So I found this, Bashar recommends American Botanicals for detoxification, or he had recommended them a long time ago. And Dr. Schultz is the person that has the detox plan. So I'm going to give that a try, and then just next week start cutting out things that I know are not good for me and adding in things that I know are good for me, and see how things go with that. So that's basically the big challenge of the week. I'm grateful for so many things. Like, feel like the job is amazing. I'm doing well with that. I'm staying in a positive state. I do have such an amazing life that I'm so grateful for. So this is just the next step along the journey, and I'm ready for it. So that's week 13, and I hope that you will take this journey with me and apply Bashar's teaching to your own life, and see where it takes you. And I think that you'll find that you'll be a better person because of it. And that's it. Have a great week.